Good day, guys. Good day. This is emmanuelmdiniswa coming live once again on this global stage. I'm so much proud. Today is the 14th of February 2019. Outside it's not nice. It's a little bit cloudy day. It's raining, it's drizzling. And thanks God, now we have had our electricity coming back since we are experiencing these blackouts here in Southern Africa. But anyway, guys, cheers. Can you share a coffee with me right now? Cheers, eh? It's very cold. Right, let me just take you to the current updates before I can tackle the subject of the day, which will involve, let me just go to the Kringle Cashback office. Oh, here it is, here we are. Because I was just perusing now. Please, all members in good standing, make it a point that time after time, you refer yourself to the admin log. If you are serious about the billion coin, you need to attach yourself to the admin blog. Check here. The newest update says keywords are now available for the send button. Meetings in India poster. Right, let us read here. It's a poster article. Some other members, we attended the new languages in India. We couldn't get the keywords. So thank you very much for this post. It says a couple of our send button meetings in India were interrupted by an internet outage. Please go to the send button area of the KCPO and you will see the in the notices. And you can use them to get cookies. Sorry for any inconvenience. Thank you so much. Thank you for this. People were crying. They attended send button meetings, but they never got the words. Now, let me just have a subject of the day. It's one of the old articles concerning, let me write here, broadcasters. Let me see if it's going to come out. Let me check with you. Let me check with you here. It's an article. These are the posters concerning broadcasters. Yes, I want us to look at this. It's time for broadcasters and the TPC community to ground themselves too. I want us to deal with this article. Remember, we need more broadcasters to come on stage and be able to share the information. It says, this article was posted when? The 19th of November, 2018. Let us share, let us read together. Right. We don't want any confusion about our private status in the world today. Public regulators are looking for an excuse to rob our private currency and tie us down because they could care less about our mission to end poverty globally. Understand one thing, government is force. Government, whatever government, is force. Force is the nature of the government, and they rule over the public. Yet governments are bound by law. It is my opinion that as a whole, humanity lacks the maturity to live without the government. Let us underline this one. Humanity lacks the maturity to live without government today. So hear me loud and clear. Admin is not anti-government. Of course, I will never support the abuse of power that continues to come out of government. Even today, in modern times, private societies such as ours have lawfully existed for thousands of years, to my knowledge. Private simply means outside of the domain of government. Private equals self-regulated. What we are doing is lawful. And it is important that every member behave in a lawful manner when they are talking about TBC. Research has shown us that we are grounded when we compare the value of our private currency to the value of gold, but can be problematic when we compare our value to any fiat or money regulated by any government. This is the official call out to all broadcasters and every member of the TBC to stop comparing our coins to fiat. Right. Just as we started, we would in the first public notice, we have removed the references to any fiat from our websites. Clearly, our admin fee is 4 grades of gold. We encourage and reward transactions that are done at the increments of 40 grades of gold. The government did not make gold. Mother Earth has provided us with gold, with this gold, and she won't stop us from measuring the value of our coins against the value of gold. We don't want to upset any government regulators by our words, and that is why each and every member needs to embrace the reference to gold and stop referencing to fiat. As you can see in the poster below, we have marked cash flow achievements in grains of gold. And you should know that a third-party calculator for the grains is on your KCBO dashboard. Remember, the third cash calculator is right here. Let me just share with you. Once you click in, immediately after logging in to your Kringley Cash back office, you are able, as a member in good standing, to access the grains of gold calculator. It says gold grains price calculator. You can scroll down and arrive here. When you want to check out, you find out how much is 4 grain. Just have to type 4. You can see from here, it's $10, 10.876. If you want to go for, let me say 16 grains, it's going to give you the equivalent value for 16 grains of gold. 24, there you go, 65.255. 36, 97.882. That's how you must calculate 40 grains, 108.76, as simple as ABC. Right? Let's go back. There are 4, okay, where was I? Okay, And you should know that a third-party calculator for grains is on your KCPO dashboard. I've just shown you right now. There are 480 grains in 1 troy of ounce of gold. In my troy ounce of gold, all TPC members should become experts in grains of gold. Right? Now, steps in cash flow achievement. As you can see here, we are now talking in terms of grains of gold. 2,000 grains of gold a day. You can make that one. You can as well get 1,000 grains of gold a day. You can get 400 grains of gold a day, 200 grains of gold a day, 100 grains of gold a day, 40 grains a day. So we are referencing, we're making reference in terms of grains of gold. Let us all be used to this, right? TPC/Kringles are not backed by gold, and that means we are not pegged to gold either. The value of our TPC Kringle coins comes from our members, and we measure that value in grains of gold. We do not want to be sloppy in making this clear when we are inviting others to join us in our private community and society. The true value of TPC is based on the number of living men and living women that join us in agreement as members. We simply measure that value in gold. You see? Now let's go ahead. This is a serious matter, and we want to be at peace with all governments and their respective regulators all around the world. We don't interfere with the public, so they should not interfere with us in the private. Admin asks for your full cooperation and thank you in advance for it. Grounding ourselves to gold. Right. There we go. This article is very much important these days. There have been changes, of course. So we need to be familiar with the trends, the current trends. We are grounded in grains of gold. And we are not actually backed by gold, but we measure our coin in grains of gold. We make reference to grains of gold instead of making reference to any fiat currency, since we are private, self-regulated, centralized cryptocurrency. So it is very much important for all members of TPC in general to revisit this article time and again, and actually help newest members to understand the reasons behind this article, which I've just read for you. Older updates are much important to us. We need to constantly revisit them so that we are all on the same boat. We no longer make any reference to either US dollar or euros like before. And you must understand that the admin fee is only 4 grains of gold. That is our annual fee, which we pay for our KCPO, our Kringle Cashback Office, as well as it covers for the lifetime full wallet, the TPC 009 wallet, you know that. So we always talk in terms of grains of gold nowadays. This is very much important for members to be grounded, to understand the reasons behind why we are making reference to Mother Nature's commodity called gold. Gold is neutral. Gold comes from Mother Earth. We have got all the right to use to make reference to gold, since it comes from Mother Nature. That is what this article is saying here. Because we have departed from the previous situation where we were referencing our coin in terms of other fiat. We are private and we are self-regulated and we are a centralized cryptocurrency, which is not yet fully blown economy. We are working towards the full economy. And we only need your participation out there, your full understanding of the billion coin terms and conditions. We also have to read the public notice of the billion coin. You need to understand certain terms. As a member in good standing, you must know your grounds. You will be meeting people there. You must be able to respond to any queries or any questions. My dear members, this article, I found it so much informative, so much good. We need to revisit it once again. Let us look at some of the paragraphs here so that we can fully understand it. Let's just look at some of the paragraphs. The true value of TPC is based on the number of living men and living women that join us in agreement as members. We simply measure that value in gold. The true value of TPC is measured on the number of living men and living women and children as well. Every human being who joins us is a value to our TPC. It's a coin which is attached to the growth of humanity. So it is a coin that we need to adopt, all of us. So we are actually using this media to encourage people to understand TPC. Let us look at some of the paragraphs. It says TPC kringlets are not pegged by gold, and that means we are not pegged to gold either. The value of our TPC kringlets comes from our members, and we measure the value in grains of gold. That is simple. Right? Let's just go again. The grains calculator, you must be sure about it. Always refer whatever you do in the grains calculator, which is there in your back office. Then it says here, it says just as we stated we would in the first public, there's this public notice, the first public notice. Read about the public notice and understand what it entails. We have removed the references to any fiat from our websites. We are no longer using that. Clearly, our admin fee is 4 grains of gold. You see? Hey, this is the billion coin. This is the billion coin education. Right. Let us just take the other one. It says here, we don't want any confusion about our private status in the world today. Public regulators are looking for an excuse to rob our private currency and tie us down because they care less about our mission. We need to be careful. We are careful about the mission. That is why we want to explain these things clearly to everyone, because they are careless. We are careful about the mission and the vision of the Billion Coin, because this mission is to end poverty globally. And it goes into understand one thing: government is force. They just impose things. Force is the nature of government, and they rule over the public. Yet governments are bound by law. It is my opinion that as a whole, humanity lacks maturity to live without government today. So hear me loud and clear: admin is not anti-government. Of course, I will never support the abuse of power that continues to come out of government. So this is what we need to understand as members of the Billion Coin. Every time, please revisit this blog. It's time for broadcasters and TPC community to ground themselves in gold. All right? Let us go back. There we are. One thing at a time. This evening, I wanted to share this important article. We need to understand where we are, where we stand as members of the Billion Coin. And please go back to your Kringley Cashback office, go and log in. Those of us and those of you who actually attended the new languages, the new Indian languages yesterday, was it yesterday? No, on Tuesday. I realized that we had 3 languages where we could not get the keywords. We are so much thankful for this article, which shows us that those words can be traceable now. You can get your words so that you can collect your cookies. We want to thank all this generosity, particularly from the Billion Coin admin. This shows that the Billion Coin admin, the team over there behind the scenes, they are really serving the interest of us, we members. They are serving us. So we need to look after them too. You understand what I mean? So we are so much glad, we are thankful. We shall inform. This is one way of informing others that they should not be disappointed. Go and log into your KCPO and get the keywords for those 3 languages and be happy. And also encourage other members also to attend Send Pattern meetings on weekly basis. Let us just have a look on some of the current articles before my time elapses from the blog, of course. Let us see if we can get some updates. Like this one, admin appreciates all of our broadcasters, especially our newest broadcasters. Please, broadcasters answer questions live on YouTube. This is in line with what I was broadcasting. And what else do we have? Right. These are other broadcasters. India broadcasters are blooming now. See, it's quite good to become a broadcaster. New broadcasters should show importance of reading blogs and attending same pattern meetings, Hindi and the May channel video. It's a video, this one. Right, let's go back. Let us see if we can. Right. This was the poster for today. This was a poster concerning the. All right, let's go back once again. Day 2 of MBA 90-day challenge video. I watched on this video. It's quite interesting. The use of the join.me. Let us adopt this application. As members of the Billion Coin, we shall be very good members or team leaders. Listen to TPC leaders with your inner ear. So to learn how to be successful. Get training to stand up to for your freedom from the elite. It's a video. TPC offers an alternative. Click this video at your own. Don't feel bored. Get into these team leaders. They will help you understand TPC. There are so many articles, my dear TPCians. We have a lot to share. As long as we align ourselves into the admin blog, we always have the interest to listen to the mind of the creator of TPC and his team. Ours is to listen with the inner ear attentively and reread these articles from the blogs, attend St. Patterns meetings religiously. It's not a matter of collecting cookies, it's a matter of education. Without TPC, enough TPC education, you'll never be able to do this business. Remember, we are not yet a fully blown economy. We are working towards becoming a fully blown economy. So education is part of it. TPC education is part of it. We don't want to be misled or to rely on outsiders. No, we have got our own office. Our own office is the TPC admin blog. Never say you know TPC. You know TPC until you read the blog. If you haven't read the blog for 2 days, you are out of order. You won't know TPC. You will be stale. So don't stay stale. Stay fresh always. Marinate yourself with the current updates. Align your mind with the current updates. These days we talk in terms of marinating, education, TPC education. My fellow TPCians, my fellow leaders, I love each and everyone. Stay focused, stay blessed, enjoy what you do in TPC. Ground yourself into TPC education, knowledge, and aspects of the Billion Coin. You won't have a problem. Help those people who need help generously. Keep focused. Let us do our business. Let us push the membership growth so that we can reach the ultimate prize, and all of us would be reaping what we have worked for. May God bless you till we meet again. I love you. Thank you. Keep focused. Bye for now.